may have missed it. What is everyone playing currently? People can fill you in the Discord, but yeah, we did cover that.
I did want to ask you, Karen. Yeah. About because you mentioned this thing of like watching something on the side while playing, and that's kind of something I do with Elite Dangerous. We talked about it. I think people do it with Truck Simulator and stuff. Is that like almost a requirement for your, like, was that a part of your enjoyment? Do you feel that if you didn't have that side thing?
When I said watching, but you're actually right. I was listening. I was watching the game, because if I didn't, I crashed. Yeah. Funny you mention that.
Right,
in the last episode of the first season, there's a big battle, and I was quite literally 50 feet from the fucking delivery station, and the last battle was happening on my wife's computer, and I was doing this. And I crashed and fucking destroyed the truck. So that goes to show you that no, not in this game. If you don't watch, you'll end up like Reg, where you're stuck and have to reset, or worse, you'll do another thing I did, which I'm pretty sure I damaged my truck twice without seeing it because I was doing this. And man, my neck hurts even because I obviously was doing that too much last night because I was watching that entire last episode. It's just so stupid. Worst show in the world, but I still watch it. And it was, it's not for that one, but I think for a lot it is. Podcasts work really well for Elite Dangerous, because Elite Dangerous is silence with just moments of you burning up in a fucking sun's gravity. So it's like,
pretty much.
It's
or
to
crashing
me
against the entrance of a space station.
or cash. Yeah, that's why I got voice attack in the first place. I couldn't land right, and so I finally was just like, I got voice attack, set up a couple bindings, and told William Shatner to land my ship, and he did it. And I was like, thank fucking God. Right? Because I know it was just a couple keybinds, but when you're in VR, and keybinds pretty difficult when
And
you're
it's
in VR.
like, what was the keybind, right? You got the HOTAS, it's a ton of buttons.
Yeah. And by the way, guys, there's an amazing podcast on Spotify and iTunes called ACG Podcast. If you guys want to play one of these games, you want to listen to a podcast, go check it out. I hear it's good. I talked over the top of Silver. Go ahead, Silver. Sorry.
No, I just said the landing crash is what killed me 80% of the time in the original.
Dude, Elite Dangerous right now in this one, I was man.
That's the dangerous part in Elite Dangerous.
Yeah, do you know I never in my entire time died to somebody else? I died to space stations every time. Or they'd be like, land. And I'd be like, okay. And they'd start shooting me. But I'm landing. What are you shooting me for? It's stressful. And they would kill me, and I would never be able to figure out why. Exactly. I was like, I was obviously in the wrong bay or whatever.
Yep.
Oh man, it was so stressful, and it was amazing. You literally always talk over Silver. Did I go back and listen to the fucking Horizon Zero Dawn discussion and the Stranding Death discussion, and then get back to me, biatch? Anyway, Volvo, Amazon, 10-year-old me on the wheel. My mom with a hangover in the back seat. What?
Ooh, we're going deep into like life stories here.
That's
some
really
bad memories from Colorado Springs.
Yeah, dude. I hope you're posting. I hope everybody made it through that debacle. That was a weird thing to read while we were in the middle of a random discussion. Yeah. My parents, man, they were so good. The only thing they did was they smoked when I was younger, and they rolled up the windows because they liked to breathe at that end.
Nice.
They stopped when I was like 12 or 14. Dude, I'm not lying. I'd be in the back. It was a Toyota Celica, by the way, which is not very big. My brother and I were pretty huge for little kids, and we'd be shoved back behind the seats, just like trying to breathe through our hands like filters. And my mom and dad would roll up the window. So anyway, about that bacon sandwich, just like a Simpsons character, man. It's fucking so nasty. Luckily, they stopped randomly. Really bad. Hot box, yeah, they pretty much did. Back then, though, smoking was cool. Remember when smoking had commercials? I probably am the only one. Maybe, okay, do you guys remember?
No,
I don't remember when that stopped.
Growing up, dude.
Yeah.
Marlboro, it was cool.
And you'd see those smoking commercials, just be like, that is so weird now to think about it, like, just would never be done.
Smoking camel and the leather jacket and sunglasses.
Yep, and then the big explosion where people thought the camel's nose was a penis. There was so many fucking like websites that were like, Joe Camel spreading sexuality to children, because his fucking nose is a penis. And I'm like, first of all, children's penises, like, as big as that camel's nose. Go ahead, Johnny. What were you gonna say?
I was just gonna mention because my father smokes and he buys tobacco and then rolls it himself, and the whole package is like 80% of the package now has to be a picture of someone with, you know, lung cancer or some horrible. So if you compare that to, like, you know, how it was back in the days where it was the full thing was just branding, and now it's like you got 10% of the package that's allowed to be used for branding, and the rest is like a cancer picture.
Well, let's talk about something like this. If your powdered donuts had an obese child in their whitey tidies on it, covered in white powder, would that stop you from buying donuts?
But you have to consider that you're already a person that's all in on the donuts. Right?
As a kid, though, Johnny, if I saw an obese kid sweating grease from old-fashioned donuts to make the glaze, I would still eat those old-fashioned donuts.
I think you would, because like as a kid, you don't have the ability of like deferral of gratification.
Right.
You're like, what's gonna give me a kick right now? I don't care about that stuff later on, right?
Right. You don't think.
Like
And
brushing
here's
my
the thing.
teeth.
You're absolutely right. There is no middle ground. You go from I don't give a shit about the future to I'm already entrenched in my past.
Yeah.
And and so that's why a lot of people I know don't give up their vices because they're stuck. And I do. I try to. If I figure something out, I'm like, okay, I need to switch it. But I completely get it. I completely get why people still smoke. And people get mad at me, and I'm like, dude, I'm not going to yell at somebody. I would never smoke. But I wouldn't. If one of my friends smoked, I wouldn't sit there for an hour like a vegan will do when you're having a hamburger, right? Like you
Like
realize
sit you
animals
down
died,
and try to
and I'm like, dude,
comfort
I'd
you.
eat it right now if it was alive. It's just not. Somebody unluckily shot it before a guy, or I'm just joking, I wouldn't, but I like to piss them off. But yeah, some people want to push it on you. I'm just saying, I don't think that type of messaging would have stopped us as kids. It wouldn't have stopped me, I don't think. Maybe animals, which would be horrific if they like posted the picture of they said this is Bessie's burger, and they showed a picture of Bessie on the front, and they were like, here's her hind quarter that you're eating.
Yeah.
That might
Best
work.
parts.
That might. I would be like, that's pretty. It's delicious, but I don't know if I would love that. That would.
It's still all in.
I would.
Really
why?
hard to
Absolutely.
say. I mean, my generation started smoking really early. Like I remember in elementary school.
So
we
did
had,
mine.
like,
Yeah.
Like at 13.
Yep.
So, 13, 12, 13, 14, they would start to smoke. And that then decreased later on as you did get all the warning labels and focus on how dangerous it was. Those numbers did go down. So I don't know. Like they have apparently been going back up again.
Have they for smokers?
Yeah, for kids. Apparently, there's been a small increase again. So I don't know the extent to which it's really effective.
Right.
But I would expect that there is correlation.
I wanted to cover this because I always forget. Every week we're going to start doing free game shit. What this is we're going to list out the places where there are some free games available to you. If you if you do have a sub, so you can call those not free, whatever. But we're going to discuss the games that are given out for free. Go ahead, Reg.
I just wanted to add, because I did a quick Google search for smoking percentage in Austria, and apparently we're, at least back in 2018, we were the only European country where it's increasing. We're getting
Smoking
more
is
smokers.
increasing?
Yeah.
Oh, weird. I would never. Oh, that's odd. I don't know about that.
24.3%.
That's
Go
not a
ahead.
small amount either.
You want to handle the free shit, Reg?
All right, appreciate it. Let's go.
Here we go, guys.
so
Listen up if you've got
Here
any
we
accounts.
go. So in the Epic Store, we got currently for free For the King,
Good game.
which is a turn-based strategy game, I think. Total War Shogun 2 will be free on the 27th. Xbox first of Okay. Xbox Game Pass is already out. Currently is Deliver Us to the Moon for Xbox and PC. On the 28th, we'll get Gears Tactics on the PC. On the 30th, Hyperdot and Levelhead, which Carrot mentioned earlier. Uplayer currently has a Division 2 trial going on for up to 8 hours for reaching level 8, whichever you do first. On Origin Access, we have Medal of Honor Airborne, Warhammer 40k Mechanicus, and AO Tennis 2, which I never heard about before. On Twitch Prime, we got Yono and the Celestial Elephants.
Wow, Twitch Prime bringing it up from the bottom. The fuck game is that?
That's, I think it was
It's a really good game.
Switch exclusive. That's Silver mentioned back then.
No, it's also on Steam. It also came out on Steam, but I think Steam was a little delayed to the Switch launch. But yeah,
Medal of Honor Airborne as well.
It's a platformer.
Okay.
It's a puzzle platform.
Medal of Honor Airborne, one of the best games ever made, by the way. Absolutely worth getting. Level Head's awesome. Gears Tactics, we'll see what people think of that. Deliver Us to the Moon, Absy played, was not impressed. He said it was pretty boring, one of those space station simulator games, which seemed to be like the thing now.
Like a walking simulator.
Oh, yeah, so many of those. For the King is fantastic, by the way. Nobody's played that.
Oh.
Yeah, RTS, cel-shaded RTS, sweet looking.
Also on the Switch.
No shit, For the King's on the Switch?
Yep.
But not for, okay, right, yeah.
Yeah.
Because I was going to say, definitely get it there.
No, that was just a segue that it's also there.
And then also, I don't know why I'm remembering this, but in the free shit discussion, also Desperados comes out soon, too. I saw a trailer for Desperados 3. I don't know why I'm mentioning that, but it just popped into my head when we were looking at this. But yeah, there's a lot of really cool stuff on there. So if you have any accounts, I had some people that were saying things like, well, I don't like Epic. And I'm all, you know what? Great. If you don't like them, steal from them. Make an Epic account and take those games. Like, come on. Come on.
Yeah.
Save yourself some cash. Like, this, we're getting stupid now. There's so many awesome games out there. Go ahead, run out there, grab some of these games. There's a lot of good games out there. By the way, Red Dead on the Xbox or PC is on Game Pass, or coming to Game Pass, which is just
Coming
mind-blowing.
to Game Pass, Xbox.
And not going for
Not PC. I heard
Right.
I heard that they were actually working on a later situation there, which wouldn't surprise me. But right now, it's PC is their launcher, so no, I don't see.
Yeah.
They could work around it, obviously, but dude, so many great games, so many great free games. And those are good games. Like even the Celestial Elephants. What was that? Elephants. I don't know why I said elephants. I was thinking Dr. Seuss.
No either.
Dr. Seuss. So anyway, but even that game sounds good, right? So you got Medal of Honor. I mean, it's like, guys, man, if you're trying to save money because, fucking the virus has, lost you some jobs or whatever, go out there and grab a bunch of free games and play those instead. And then spend that $5 on the patron at this point. Okay.
There you go.
There you go.
There you go.
There
Works
you
out.
go. It all works out. We can always spin
Basically
around
a
with that.
win-win.
Speaking of a win-win, we got Fallout 76, one of the best launches ever for an MMO. And now we've got an additional amazing DLC,
best support ever.
adds NPCs,
And
yeah.
customer service.
And then now we've got the best bug ever. Fallout 76, this is for Reg. NPCs taking player weapons and ammo from dead bodies. I don't know what that means.
Okay, so with the addition of NPCs to the games, there are now also events where NPCs take part. So, dealing with students or whatever. I don't know the specific events, but your NPC joins in on those. But if you get down, the NPC actually walks up to your body, takes your weapon, all your ammo, and then uses it, and you don't get it back anymore. Your weapon is just gone. And so a couple of people have already been affected, and Bethesda is saying they're looking into it. But if you currently play those events, better not equip your best weapons, because as soon as you're dead, your NPC will grab those.
Or just not die. Just don't die.
Or just don't die. So away.
That's always useful advice when you're playing Dark Souls on a stream and they're like,
Just
"Dude,
get better.
roll." Just roll. Thanks, man.
Just get better,
You're
welcome.
So that's a
Ignoring-
pretty good bug, yeah.
That is a pretty good bug. Ignoring that, though, I personally feel that it's cool that game got its NPCs. It's cool that it's got its DLC. I want to jump in, maybe just to play around. I won't do a video on it probably, but you know, to experience what the NPCs are like and all that kind of stuff. You played it. I saw Johnny said something along the lines of, "Well, it's still Fallout 76."
Yeah.
Like it didn't really
Yeah.
seem to have increased it. Oh yeah, because you guys both jumped in. Go ahead.
When you compare it to Fallout 4, I actually like these NPCs better in the sense that the dialogue gives you a lot of stat checks, which is cool, and the actual NPCs are pretty okay. Like they have some personality and stuff so far for me. The real problem is that you have to mix and match with the original campaign, which is pretty shit for me.
Yeah, no, I get
And
you.
so, unless you've already played it and you can just play the new stuff, which is quite cool, you're gonna find yourself having to mix and match, which, again, for me, it's a bit of a job.
Reg, overall, any impressions on it? Make it better, make it worse?
Not definitely not worse, but then again, that's somewhat hard. Not impossible. They're definitely trying all the time. But the NPCs are a good addition. I still haven't checked out the regular campaign, which they also said NPCs are in some places now. So I expect the old campaign to be a bit better than
Like we've talked about, right? They only had 2 ways to go. They could just nuke it, and then people are mad that they nuked it, or they can stick around and try to fix some stuff, and that's what they've done. So, to me, I'm not gonna diss on them for trying to fix stuff. Also, by the way, I joke about the bugs because, yeah, they're known to be buggy anyway. But dude, the number of bugs I've played or seen in other games, like they're certainly not,
Well,
alone.
The thing, for example, with the NPC taking the weapon, if it was still a single-player game, you would be given the weapon, just kill the NPC and get your weapon back.
That's true.
But in the multiplayer part, because there are more people, their easiest solution was the NPCs are just unkillable, so you cannot get your weapon back.
Okay. Shit bug. That's a pretty shit bug. Yeah, there was a bug in XCOM, I guess. I luckily never hit it, which is weird because I was changing difficulties and moving around. But there's a bug in Chimera where you can lose your weapon. The problem is you can't buy the basic weapon in the game. So they would have people going in, no basic weapon. There's just no way to attack anybody. Well, you still have your skills you can use. Like you just didn't have any basic weapons. I think they've either fixed it or they fixed it prior. But I luckily didn't have it. Oh, let's see. What else did we get? Final impressions. Nope, we got those. Cloudpunk. Let's talk about it there, Silver.
Yeah, Cloudpunk is an indie game that launched last week, about a week ago. It's a game that was supposed to launch last year, but got delayed. We had a bunch of people, or a couple of people actually in the Discord who were looking forward to it. It's another delivery game, this time a cyberpunk one, where you start working for a delivery company and you basically have to drive a hover car through this really, really amazing looking cyberpunk city and then deliver the cargo as the story unfolds. Like our voice acting is fairly uneven. It's really, really bad in some places and okay in others. I found it didn't detract too much because really the star of the show in Cloudpunk is just the city. It's absolutely amazing. Like it's rendered in voxel graphics and it looks absolutely amazing.
Thank you very much for the bits. This is how much? Steam?
I think it's 17.
That's what we're seeing now. Yeah, I wonder if Chimera Squad and games like that are going to be like the norm. $9. That's crazy. Well, it's $9, and then May 1st it goes to 20. But still,
Right.
Damn, that's a good price for a long fucking game. Over 20 hours. Like to me, that's why I think Reg saying that repetitiveness might get to him. I'm like, yeah, you've already got an issue, and you're only a couple hours in, man.
Yeah, Cloudpunk is 18.
Cloudpunk is $18. Not bad.
Yeah.
Not bad. Let's see what else we got here. Animal Crossing, Super Mario 2 got big updates. Is there anything special in those? Reg, I think you're
yes.
Animal Crossing.
Yes.
Was there anything big and special
I
in
have
this?
to tap open.
Okay, no, I'm sorry.
So I'll start with Super Mario Maker 2. That received 2 days ago its last big update. And the biggest part of that is they now added world editor. So people now can not only make their own levels, but they can queue them together. For up to 8 world maps and 8 world total. So you can queue together up to 40 levels, which is basically a whole Mario game. So that's a massive addition. Very much welcome. And on the Animal Crossing side, we have new events. Currently going on is Nature Day, which I'm not sure why it's called Nature Day when it's going to May 4th since yesterday. But that's what's going on. With new NPCs added, Leaf and I forgot the fox's name.
Red.
Thank you. The leaf is selling new bushes and etc. So new plants you can.
It's so hard, like, for people
is.
who don't play.
Plant-
You're like,
to plant on the
okay, so
island.
now you got shrubs to plant.
Yeah,
Exactly.
celebrate
But-
shrubs.
but-
You're just like,
but-
okay.
You don't get all the colors, so you have to trade again.
Yeah.
There you go. And the other one, the fox, is selling art, which you then can also forward to the museum. So there's a whole new wing in the already massive museum.
You guys still playing this?
Kind of hard.
Look, man, you said, oh, my guilty pleasure is Hell's Kitchen, which, by the way, I've been watching a little bit as well. And, you know, I like to plant shrubs in Animal Crossing. Judge me.
Also with the great crazy, right? As Big Mac said, he will sell you art from his boat. And you can only give original artworks to the museum.
Sounds like a fucking ad-lib generator.
It doesn't accept forgeries, but the Fox is selling you real ones, real art, and forgeries. I have no idea currently how you can tell those apart, but that's a whole separate mini game.
Yeah, it's cool. There's a bunch of stuff in it.
May 1st to May 7th, we'll have the May Day tour, which is a one-time tour. So every player that logs in one of those days gets a one-time ticket to go to another island where from the teaser video you have some mini games there. And on May 18th to 31st, there will be the International Museum Day, which is a 24-hour event, apparently. Don't know how that works. So I guess the first time you log in from there, it's 24-hour event where you can collect stamps in your own museum for checking out all the different exhibits in there. And June 1st to June 30th will be the wedding season, where you can take wedding photos with 2 of the characters and probably also get furniture that are themed in that way.
Wait, so you're getting married in that, or
No,
someone else?
no. There's 2 fixed characters that are getting married, and you're
Right.
basically their wedding photographer.
Amazing.
That will be the event. There you go. That's the currently announced new stuff for Animal Crossing.
It does. It
It's
sounds
a
like a
hard
random.
sell.
It sounds like a fucking. It's like snow tires, but it's like a random ad-lib generator. It's like the fox is selling paintings on the boat, and it's like, is that a code for something we should do
it's
in a
not
bathroom?
a code.
Like it just the stuff is so
It doesn't sound
off-
shady at all.
No.
It sounds shady.
No.
Exactly. It sounds like a World War II spy.
Well, I
fucking
mean, he is
thriller.
selling forgeries, so
Yeah, it's just crazy.
he is
I mean,
shady.
So
It is-
So what is
see a lot
what
of
is the
people
art?
playing
Is it just paintings or is it
It's
modern
paintings.
art?
You have paintings and I think also sculptures. At least in the trailer, you also see sculptures in the museum.
Right, so this is a new section in the
So maybe you
museum
can
that's
actually
being
own
added.
poop in a jar. That would be amazing.
what about poop in a jar? What just happened? What just happened? Well, how did I miss that? Somebody's just dropped a comment about.
If you can own modern art.
Oh God,
That's
yeah,
true.
I hear you.
That's true.
Modern art is just the epitome of nothing, man. Just, Let's see. We got a couple questions, patrons. I want to make sure I get to them because, like I said, somebody was not happy with us. Scotty says, any of you looking forward to the SpongeBob Battle for Bikini Bottom remaster?
No,
Definitely not.
cannot say
Really?
I am.
Oh, I am.
No.
And then the
I
last
never
one.
played the original, so.
Yeah, no, I think a lot of people did. And the last one was, what do you guys think the best value console game release is in 2020? So this year, the best value. Best value right now, man. XCOM. For me, $6 for, or I mean $9 for 20+ hours.
I think it's still like Odyssey, because you can buy.
No, 2020.
You can.
Star Online too doesn't cost anything, and you can play forever.
True, Fantasy Star. Because is that a micro run game?
I mean, they got
Is that micros?
somehow.
No, I'm
so I
saying
guess
because
so.
that's what I'm saying. Is there money even in micros? I don't even remember if there was a store.
I don't know.
I played
would
a lot of
probably say Bannerlord.
Bannerlord
Oh,
3. Was that released in 2020?
No, sorry.
You mean Banner
Bannerlord
Saga?
is not- No, Mountain Blade Bannerlord, but that's not on console, so sorry. That's valid.
You, John?
I got nothing for console at the moment.
I think that's the difficulty too. Is like, what do you term as
I'm
value?
drawing a blank on the releases so far, actually.
Dreams, maybe.
You guys saw that fucking One Dreams game that looked real? I made with the lighting and stuff. He was just importing stuff from not Maya, but one of the programs, but still using what people are making. I mean, they're not games, but certainly if you wanted to if you were in a team,
Well, it's still sort of like browsing YouTube videos. It's just for games. Like Dreams is like the YouTube browser.
yeah.
Random creations from all kinds of people.
Well, what I was going to say is, like, let's say you're at a development studio, you don't know the engines or whatever, but you have an idea. You could literally grab Dreams and throw something together and say, this is sort of what I was thinking. You know, even if it's just a couple boxes and shit, it's just something about it. Well, admittedly and sadly, it does just use Move. So I guess, yeah, that is one of the sad things. What
Pillars of Eternity 2 did come out for
which?
PlayStation 4.
I thought it was Switch. Oh no, it was PlayStation 4.
No,
You're right.
Switch not yet.
Yeah, you're right. A lot of big
I don't
games
know
out
whether
there.
the port is any good, but that's looking out for you guys
You know,
in terms of content.
Switch is getting a bunch. Go out there and buy your eBay Switches, people. Just joking, don't. So much scalping going on all this stuff now.
Oh, yeah.
So many people taking advantage of other people. I was talking to, of the people taking advantage of people during this time, and it sort of saddened me because, well, it didn't sort of, it really did. We know somebody in our church. Listen to this, man. This is crazy. Mom loses her job. They have 4 kids. Mom loses her job due to the virus. They go 1 week. Dad loses his job due to the virus. They go 1 week.
Yeah.
Kid gets the virus. They go 1 week, house burns down. And I was just like,
Right.
that's a Supernatural episode, by the way. Like, at some point, when do you say, like, enough's enough? There has to be somebody aiming for this family. So we were donating. We were like, okay, let's, I want to throttle them, man. I want to hold their head underwater, like that kind of stuff. Scalpers, something about
they
scalpers.
Seem, at least here, they seem to have dropped a bit in price again.
How much?
Looks like $350 for a used one. So a bit above the price of a new one regularly.
Gonna upgrade to the Switch Lite, I'm being asked.
The Switch Lite is still fully in stock here in normal
Such an
stores to
upgrade,
regular price.
Dude, I ain't getting
I wonder why.
a Switch Lite. Yeah,
Yeah.
I ain't getting a Switch Lite, man. No way. Yeah, it's just, I don't know. It's just one of those weird fucking things that happens where you just like, it reminds you of how shitty people can be. Go out there and help people. Christ. You can take advantage of people when they're at their highest. Help them out, get them up high, get everything set up, then take advantage of them. I guess, I don't know. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Get them out of the water, then push them back in or something. But this shit of like fucking walking over the people's heads when they're in the water is
Give
just
them
like
hope and take it away.
is ruinous. Well, yeah, I don't know. I mean, at some point, I was just kept hearing the story, and my brain was like, dude, I almost don't want to hear the next bit of this story because it's bringing me, like, I know it's bad. I don't need to. Like, I'll get news. We'll be sitting there talking in the Discord, and somebody will, like, I'll get a little news blurb, and it'll be like, new unemployment amounts. And I'm like, I don't need to see that because I know they're bad. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not going to click that.
Bad doesn't even. I mean,
That doesn't even. Yeah, it's clickbait now. It's like we know. Just fucking delete that. Like I know it's shit. Everybody, it's a horrible time. So I guess to not end this on a horrible moment. That was a weird, sad story about people that I hate. Let's talk about something positive. Let's end this with something amazing. What are we at? We're at 12:45. What do we got? What's some cool, amazing, unbelievably exciting, happy thing going on? Nothing. That's what I thought. Got to be something amazing. Dog, shut up.
That's a steep setup.
It is, because we get our rug pulled out right away. I need cheering up lately. What games have given you guys the most unbridled joy?
Final Fantasy VII, my dear.
Yakuza 0.
Oh, those are two opposites. Mine would be Sims, I'm sure, for just most fun, or Snow Time. But I don't want to say too much because, like, I don't know, it could suck, and I don't want people thinking, okay, man, I'm gonna go get it. Yakuza, the new Yakuza's coming out, right? The new Yakuza turn-based style action game, whenever that is.
When's that coming out?
Yeah, it should be out in June, right? Isn't June gonna be pretty fucking filled?
Yakuza.
I think June's pretty gnarly, isn't it, for game releases? If I'm
Like
reading right.
Okay, I don't see the month here. But Like a Dragon is it, right?
Yeah.
That's the new one. Don't see.
By the way,
month
Reg,
for
did you
that.
mention that Total War Shogun is also going free
He
this
did.
week?
He did.
Okay, good. I just wanted to make sure we got to that. 'Cause
No
that's an
problem there.
awesome game.
Let's announce it again. Total War Shogun going free next week. RDR2 is going free. Somebody mentioned that in chat. It's going free next week. You don't have the money. Now's the time. There's a lot of
Next
stuff.
week, is it?
Oh,
Sunday?
May
Was it?
2nd. Sorry, maybe it's the week. I apologize. It is 2 weeks. Yeah, it is 2. Let's see what else. Reading here, at least into last levels of Doom 2016 with all the weapon upgrades is a pure joy. Man, you know, I can't remember 2016 for the life of me. Like, I can't, the level, like, beige, metal, and brown is what I'm thinking. And I love that game, but I just can't, my brain isn't connecting with that game again. I may actually go back and experience that again. Maybe with a friend. Have a friend over, make them play it, laugh at them. Have you guys ever done that?
Nightmare.
Put it on Nightmare. Like, I do have one friend, he's really good at a lot of games, so I'll want to play the game I know he's not good at, turn that difficulty up and be like, yeah, who's good now, bitch? Because his name's Andy, and man,
Right.
the dude's fucking, he's got his own, you know, like, joystick for fucking fighting games and shit, and you play him and you get that feeling sometimes where you're like, you can hear their button taps, and you're like, he ain't tapping as fast as he should. He's giving me a little bit of a fucking, like, a light rubber band match
He's
here.
giving you a chance.
He's giving me a rubber band match. I'll fucking use AI if I want rubber banding. I want you to beat me down so bad that I have two choices. Return to that game or walk away with my tail between my legs. I don't want no rubber banding from a best friend. And he does. Because he's too nice. He's too nice. He needs to be bloodthirsty. What else we got? Eternal was fun but fell short. The Eternal was awesome. I had a friend who never played Soulsborne games, then played Bloodborne.
That's a rough initiation.
That's a rough jump. That'd be like jumping into Sekiro or something. Be like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah, into the deep pool.
Did you guys see that? Somebody yesterday was like, hey, I'm trying to get my girlfriend into playing games, and her first game is Odyssey. Assassin's Creed Odyssey. And I was like,
whoa.
Whoa.
That's what you're gonna compare every game to?
No, it was it was first game. I was like the buttons. A first person coming into Odyssey, man. If they haven't played games, Odyssey's got a lot of shit going on. Like, you know,
true.
this direction pad does this, that could be rough. What's a good game for newcomers? Let's talk.
On the other hand, I think Bloodborne is actually not a bad entry point, because if you come into Bloodborne from Dark Souls, there are entirely different skill sets, because Bloodborne is much more aggressive, because you can get health back.
But a lot of it is transferable, though, I feel. Like, keeping your distance and being able to, like, sprint around, fight,
Yeah, but
and the whole, like,
so you don't
rolling.
necessarily have to keep your distance in Bloodborne. You get paid to be up close often, because you get health back when you do melee attacks. Well,
Yeah, for certain things, but still when you're
and
facing
you
mobs
also,
and stuff.
you also can't block and such to the extent that you can in Dark Souls. You can't rely on that at all.
Yeah, I don't think I can't buy that. I don't think Bloodborne would be a good game for a person who's never played once again. I just think because Bloodborne, it does pay for that, but that's an aggressive attitude where I don't know.
More
I
like
like
a tweak.
it feels like at least with Dark Souls you might like understand how dangerous everything is, but it's a little slower so you can figure it out. I don't know though. You know, I can't really speak to that because I didn't play Bloodborne as much as everybody else, so maybe I'm wrong on that. Because somebody else in here says that they do feel that. I don't know. The idea of jumping into Bloodborne first, though,
you go into that
seems
first
rough.
boss.
I mean, my point was just I think it's better to jump into Bloodborne not having played any Souls games than having played Dark Souls beforehand, necessarily. Probably.
Well, I will say there is something to be said about
In terms
jumping
of
into the
like
deep end.
learning the game, because there's a bunch of stuff from Dark Souls that you have to unlearn for Bloodborne. Like there is for Sekiro.
Oh, gotcha. That makes sense. I definitely had to unlearn to play Sekiro. Sekiro,
I would agree for that one.
you literally have to chop shit off to play. So you could go from Dark Souls to Surge without any issues, I think. Right? None.
Yeah.
But man, going from Dark Souls to Sekiro, I definitely agree with that. You really do have to chop shit up and go like this entire section of ideas I had they're not really that game. I like that game, but I know a lot of people are just like, what? That giant can fuck off. That giant with his shitty collection detection. I said it last time, or collision detection. Collection detection. That is what it was like, because it collected my body. What else do we got? What else good? We'll wrap this up. We got 10 minutes. What else good? Oh, by the way, everybody, speaking of good, got the Discord. You need to be a patron. Come on in. Speaking of good, let me tell you something that fucking happened. I was all excited. I got my XCOM review yesterday. I got it up there. I got it in early because that's the kind of guy I am. I'm just joking. I rarely get them in early. But I get it in. I'm set up. I'm all excited. I push send, and that fucking thing for 40 minutes did not fucking show up anywhere for most people in the United States, if not most people in the world. It was the most depressing thing to like have got everything done, you know, that when everything is supposed to go your way. You're like, okay, I've got it all set up, I've got it all fucking sorted out, and it still didn't work. It was so depressing, and the numbers were shit. I posted the graph from YouTube that shows the usual review, and then that one, and it was just gutter level numbers. Thanks, YouTube. Thanks, YouTube.
Yeah.
Man, that's frustrating as
Dude,
fuck.
and our
because-
CPM is already horrible, Johnny.
Yeah.
The CPM is 4 years ago now. So my CPM I'm getting right now is 4 years ago cost, or 4 years ago return. It's insane. And I think it's
And
just,
that's all related to the virus.
I think it's all related to the algorithms, the virus, as well as the children. So many things are hitting YouTube. So many things. And now, by the way, I just got an alert that said, rate yourself. So now when you upload, it asks you a series of questions to decide if you're going to get full ads or pseudo ads. And then if you ever stray and you gave yourself a score that they don't agree with, the accuracy of your of your YouTube channel goes down, which means the next time you upload it, just reading it, just going like, what the fuck, when I read the instructions yesterday. So Gears Tactics will be, I think, the first one that I upload that goes under those rules. Such a shitter. Such a
I have
shitter.
a positive headline here from.
Go for it. Let's do something positive.
A game you should apparently play if you're feeling stressed. Next time you're feeling particularly stressed or anxious, this study says you should play Tetris. It can be easy to let yourself become overwhelmed by stress or anxiety during these turbulent times of social restriction and coronavirus.
So play a game with a fucking timer.
I mean, I
study
disagree.
says that there's a very simple and fun way to ease your worried mind. Research
I
from the
disagree.
University of California shows that playing Tetris has a remarkable effect on a person's mental health and performance.
I don't know what study is
Psychologist
that.
Kate Sweeney led the research by studying the game's effects on the welfare of the university's student population. During times of immense stress, such as undergoing final exams and considering future careers, Sweeney instructed the students to play the arcade game before measuring their relative levels of perceived anxiety. Her research shows that by playing Tetris, overworked individuals often experienced a significant reduction in stress and anxiety and an influx in positive emotions.
I don't know what it looks. I don't know what it looks like when you played Tetris Silver, but I'm like, fuck! I didn't get it. You know, like my tension goes up 2x when I'm playing that.
I mean, I like Tetris.
I've never been relaxed.
Yeah, I'm not
I
really.
like it,
Dude,
but I'm
and
like
that's the thing.
on edge.
No, that's the problem. Any nation or state that is fully legalized marijuana, now when they do research pieces, I'm like, fuck you, I don't trust you. Because you're all just toking it up when you're doing your numbers.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm sure somebody's going to get mad about that and be like, it doesn't affect me. As they're facing backwards with their shirt on inside out. They're like, well, it doesn't, I'm completely normal.
I don't know what
It's
you're
like,
talking about.
yeah, well,
It's
then
like
your
that, I
highest
can
level
quit
should be kept to
anytime I
yourself.
want. Alright.
But regardless, just a joke, people, just a joke.
I will say though, there have been studies
Tetris
like
does
this
it.
for like 30 years, saying Tetris is better.
And always saying Tetris. Yeah. Man, it's crazy. I don't see it. I see point and click adventure. You know, where there's no death or the occasional death. Except when you get caught in that puzzle in a point and click adventure, you can't figure out, like fucking
It's super
seagull
frustrating.
in Pirates of the
Going through all the rooms again, interacting with everything.
Yeah, that
You
can
can't
suck
find it.
because you can't find it. Yeah, or you play like Blazing Dragons, by the way, dragons, where a fucking like kettle, a vacuum cleaner, and a dead corpse makes a dishwasher, and you're just like, what the fuck? You know, when the logic pieces aren't there. Even though I love that game for the Sega Saturn and PS1, it's still crazy. I recently played Firewatch. Yeah, Firewatch was
It's all right. Yeah.
underwhelming ending.
I agree.
I would agree. Yeah. It was just that we're all accustomed to some kind of twist or big emotional ending.
Yeah.
That was just not. It's just more like here is an ending instead of here is the ending. I don't know. I like the game though. Graphically, it was cool. Sort of weird. Remember when we all thought it was going to be supernatural or something like that? Like when they were
I
first
kept
showing
waiting for it.
Yeah,
the
you
whole
kept.
time.
You're waiting for that drop. You're just like, oh, I know there's something. I know there's something fucking amazing going on. There is nothing amazing going on.
You know what? They nailed the dialogue though. It was very natural. Felt really cool. Like the little banter between the two
him and her.
characters,
Yeah.
like a little flirty as well. Cool.
Yeah. Well, I get my flirt on in any game, even a boxing game. It does. Yeah. I mean, like, let's go. How you doing? I liked where Gone Home went though, and I don't remember.
That's the walking sim.
Yeah.
The one,
Yeah. Isn't that the
you're
one?
exploring the house?
Everybody's Gone to the Rapture is one. Then there's Gone Home. Then there's like Edith Finch. Then there's Ethan Carter. Jesus. A lot named after people. A lot of missing.
Yeah.
Ethan Carter.
You only without those people in it.
Yeah.
That's
What were you
true.
saying? Silver, there's another one this year?
Yeah,
What'd
the
you say?
really bad one that I'm not gonna.
Oh, the one that you were like, said was disturbing or whatever?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Have any of you ever played Pyre? Oh, yeah. Pyre was good. Man. Pyre, football, D&D. or sorta, like a sports game, D&D / RPG. That was a weird game. Weird game that turned out pretty well, actually. That's a Bastion, guys, right? Bastion.
Yeah.
The Suicide of Rachel Foster. Yeah, that was the game.
Yeah.
You know, Life is Strange. I wonder if we're getting to season 3. Speaking of these kind of games, I would like to see a season 3 that was a little less.
Yeah, I would like to see it from a
PC,
different
I guess. Yeah.
team. So the people that did the last Life is Strange 2, I would like them to not take part in the next one.
Do you know who I'd like to see take part in the next one? The people who did the free one. Because the free one was better in its one episode.
The very short one, right?
Yeah,
it was almost
the
a
Captain
demo.
Awesome or whatever. Yeah. And
Yeah.
at the end, you actually get an idea something weird's going on. You're like, oh, wow. And then you go on to this other one. And you're just like, this is fucking, there's nothing in here that's good. It was so PC. And it was so weird. It was so weirdly forced. That was the best part about the first one was that, because I'm not a, I don't really follow the thing where, like, if you have somebody, it's forced. I don't think that at all. I want the story, whoever it is, I want it to, like, resonate a little bit. And that story in the second one didn't resonate because it seemed like they were trying to hit too many points. And they didn't do it with a lot of tact. It was just like, it was like their version of foreshadowing was just showing it happen and saying, soon. You're like, dude, that's not for... I don't know where you got your storytelling chops from. That's not how you do it, so... I liked Life is Strange 2 well enough. Characters just resonate.
Yeah,
You guys see the rumor about Telltale Batman 3? There's so many rumors about those. I don't even follow them.
that would be awesome.
Yeah, it'd be awesome.
What about, because we talked about Superman, so let me throw like a different question
Wonder
on
Woman?
that.
No, just joking. Go ahead.
No, Superman, but as a Telltale kind of game. Would that work, maybe? Where you don't need all the gameplay stuff to work, like, just at the level of combat.
Yeah, sure. You could tell a story.
Tell the story.
Yeah, Guardians didn't turn out well, though. Guardians of the Galaxy. Did any of you
The
guys
first
even
one
play
was
that
alright.
one?
Yes.
The
I did
Telltale?
not.
Yeah. It's just,
Yep.
just, one just
I
didn't work.
thought it was alright until the ending, which was bad.
And the voices. I love Porter. I think he does a good job in a lot of games. I just don't think he fit Star-Lord. I don't know. They got the Rocket, the little raccoon. He did okay. The voice actor for him did okay, especially when you have to follow Bradley Cooper.
Yeah.
Be sort of tough because he's got a particular, sound and timbre to his voice and stuff. I think that'll be it for us. If anybody has anything they want us to answer, throw it in here. We'll give you a couple minutes and then we'll wrap this up. We've covered almost everything I think we want to cover. Try to end it positive. Other than the fact that tomorrow, Saturday, may stream. Good. Oh no, I can't stream. Shit. I'm gonna do it. Man, it's tough to get extra time out of 24 hours. I haven't figured it out yet. It's like 24 hours. I'm like, there's got to be another 3 in there somewhere, but it just hasn't worked out. Nobody's
There's
got
always
any
something.
questions.
There's always like a little Easter egg in your reviews, and like in this, it wasn't an Easter egg, but you have this joke where you're like, it wouldn't occur to anybody to make a game about a big franchise and then just have like bootleg actors.
Yeah.
And you show like the Avengers game and just silence, like, well.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
like,
dude,
on
that's
that
how I
one,
felt too, Johnny, when I saw that trailer.
Yeah.
That is how I felt.
Do you feel like they should have just like not have gone to do that, or would it make sense to like do it in a different way?
Honestly, Johnny, I think it's the combination of it not looking good and those voice actors. So like if it looked like promising, I think then you overlook the voice actors. If the voice actors are great, you might overlook what you're seeing, and because you're like, wow, maybe they got Robert Downey Jr. These guys, I mean, dude, I'm sorry, but you can tell every voice actor in that when that trailer comes up for Avengers the game, you're like, I know who that is, I know who that is, I know who that is, I know who that is. And it doesn't they don't even look right. They all look fucked up in the face. Like none of them look they do. They all look like they've got beat up and then their faces have grown back wrong. Like look at Captain America. He's just messy looking, man. I mean, he looks like, I don't know. Yeah, it's just it's not for me. It's not. I mean, who knows? It may turn out good. It just doesn't. Nothing about what we're seeing looks good. I don't know. Something about seeing a sexual relationship between a middle-aged professor and his underage student who reminds him of his daughter, framed as a misunderstood love story. Oh God, Silver's talking about Indy, right?
No, I'm
Indiana
talking
Jones.
about Rachel Foster.
Oh, God, you haven't got a chance to. Yeah. Indiana Jones was pretty creepy when you think about it. Some of the hinting that goes on in that first movie.
Yeah. The first, between him and.
What's her name?
Yeah.
I can't. I usually remember Marion.
Raven.
Thoughts on the new Predator game? Oh, that's my thoughts. Here's my review: buy, wait for a sale, rent, never touch, or. That's my review. Did you guys see that yet? It's man. It's bland, man. It's like there's nothing about it that looks like why you would want to play it longer than a week. Did you guys see the Twitch? I don't normally care about this, but we'll end on this. The Valorant. What's that game? The big popular one, the shooter. Valorant or whatever. Yeah, shot way down in Twitch numbers, and people were talking about it. And I was like, that's why we shouldn't care about Twitch, man. Don't care about Twitch's numbers when a game comes out. Like, it really doesn't mean anything. I mean, it could mean some extra sales, but if a game's going to do well, it'll do well. If it's not, probably won't.
After some time, you can look at, the longevity. Has it stayed, pretty popular over time? But the first week or so, it's...
And people get all caught up. They're like, hey, this brand new guy is playing the game, blah, blah, blah. And you're like, yeah, that's why it says sponsored on his fucking Twitch account,
Right.
He's getting, like... Which is fine, but you got to take those in. Root level anti-cheat. Yeah, that was fun. I'm going to install it just for that. It's all the videos.
Right, good idea.
It's going to ruin my system. I'm installing every rootkit I could possibly find. That's my plan. That'll be my thing. Exactly. They'll battle it out like Injustice 3, rootkit versus
like
rootkit.
One rootkit from America, one from China.
Yeah, see
Let's
who
go.
battles. Yeah, and go. And who can fuck up the computer the fastest and boot them and just see which one takes over. That'll be it for us. I want to say thank you, everybody, for showing up and hanging out. I've been playing... Oh, Nitro says I've been playing a lot of Beat Saber. I tried Maul mode for the first time. Don't know what that means. Darth Maul, maybe? He holding the lightsabers like this, like Darth Maul. Maybe that's what it means. Am I wrong?
I don't think that's it.
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
All right. Well, I thought it was a good jump. Yeah, it's a Darth Maul mod. I was right. Boom. Boom. Random reference for the win. Also, shitty Star Wars character. Don't care what you say. Anyway, that'll be it for us. I want to thank everybody for showing up. It's been an absolute pleasure.
Oh, you attach the controllers together.
Been a blast. Yeah. Duct tape them. It'll be fun. It's been an absolute blast to have you guys all in here. If you get a chance, click on Better with Friends. You'll see Johnny's incredibly live channel. You see Reg's somewhat dead channel. You see Silver's channel with just him killing angels. And sadly, mine's sort of dead when it comes to Twitch right now as well. But that'll be switching. We're trying to work some stuff out. Have been having some issues there. But you should see some stuff from me soon. I know I keep promising that. You will see Gears War Tactics review as well as some Snowrunners coverage. And shit, that's it. Peace out, everybody. Enjoy the rest of your week.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
I was making sure that I hadn't absolutely ruined something like I normally do. Welcome to the International Podcast. I'm here with Silver, as always, Reg, of course, and Johnny. And we're here with Miguel Casanova, YouTuber who's got the #1 YouTube, or the #1 podcast in Hawaii. Now, you say that, and I've never checked. Is that true, or is that just you playing the game?
No, that's true. It's true.
Really?
Yeah. It's crazy.
Go
it's
ahead.
crazy because I haven't like when I started, because I've been podcasting for about 3.5 years here, and
Right.
For the first month or two, it was me playing the game, just saying like, "Hey, I got the #1 podcast," and then when I started getting, celebrities and voice actors and game folks on there, like they just blew up, and it's just taking on a life of its own. So now I'm at a point now where every single week, like people are like, oh, you're gonna have this person on, that person on. I'm like, I'm trying. Give me the data to breathe.
Yeah.
That's cool to be saying it. It's sort of like me saying I'm the #1 podcast in Eugene, Oregon, or something. Like, except Hawaii's huge. So what I thought you were doing, because I didn't know, I never went to check. I just thought you were playing the game. Like, you know, I'm the #1 podcast in the world, just saying it. So that's very cool, man. Like, are there a lot of gamers in Hawaii? Is there any conventions when, like, normal, you know, when people don't have to worry about getting sick and stuff? Are there things like that in Hawaii?
Well, we occasionally have like some conventions. Like we'll do like, you know, like tournaments and stuff like that, and game gathering, like Hawaii Con or Comic Con when it comes out here. But it's the gaming scene in Hawaii is very, very small.
Okay.
I mean, there's a lot of people here that are into it. It's just that because of how, you know, people on different islands, it's all scattered out. There's so many different micro groups trying to do something, but not everyone's working together. And I've been in each of that micro groups trying to work to build something bigger, and it's like everyone has their own vision. They don't want to work together, and I'm like, okay, all right, well, I'll just do my own thing.
Yeah. I mean, I think yeah, that's just one of the things with people wanting to work on their own. You know, I think we can all sort of notice that in whatever group we're in. But I wanted to say, he and I have been talking for a while, and I just have been, as always, very, very shit on getting everything planned and getting everything together. So luckily, I did end up, I think I sent him a patron message, and he missed that. I sent you that like a couple weeks ago or whatever. And you're like, dude, what? I didn't even get that. But we finally got him in here to discuss video games. He does do reviews. I retweeted his last review he just did. You should see on my Twitter, but you should definitely check him out. And we're going to cover a bunch of stuff. We're also going to be giving some games away. I talked about this. We have a bunch of games we give away in the Discord. Now, I'm not allowed to say if you join the patron, it's a reward. Like, you're not allowed to actually do that. So I'm not saying that. I'm just saying we give a lot of games away in the Discord. That's just where they happen to go away. But today we decided that we have so many, because so many of us have humble bundles and bundle humbles and fucking face humbles and whatever, that we've got like 8,000 codes now. And Silver, Citizen Sleeve, and myself are always trying to give out codes, but we've got so many that I decided, you know, we'll give some away on Twitch and reward some of the people here for your vast and incredible patience with our podcast. Let's discuss what we've been playing first, though. We're just going to go round robin. Let's start with the guest. Go ahead. Like, what have you been playing so far?
I've been playing a lot of Streets of Rage 4. I'm super addicted to it. The combat system, the graphic, the gameplay. Been waiting, 26 years for that to come out.
Now my best friend Junior, well, he lives 2 trailers down. And his wife Mary Lou, she runs a cabaret in town. And they've got 2 kids, but they don't look like him. He's a tractor tech, he's a redneck, now he's getting drunk again. I'm talking about the good times, I'm drinking down the bad, I'm trying to remember all those crazy nights that we had. But now I'm empty, but I'm not sad. I'm talking about the good times and drinking down the bad. Now Miss Sarah Ann Baker Smith, well, she was my girlfriend. I took her top off for the first time at the drive-in. You know those had to be the coolest of things I'd seen. She was passed around like a bottle of Crown, but she was always sweet to me. I'm talking about the good times, I'm drinking down the bad. I'm trying to remember all those crazy nights that we had. But now I'm empty, but I'm not sad. I'm talking about the good times and drinking down the bad. And now Junior's kid, you know they call him the Deuce. And his grandma, she drinks vodka in her orange juice. She sells pop to kids, and she just got out of jail. Junior had to sell his new John boat just to help to raise the bell. I'm talking about about the good times, drinking down the bad. I'm trying to remember all those crazy nights that we had, but now I'm empty. But I'm not sad. I'm talking about the good times and bringing down the bad. And now my name's Carl Wayne, and I've had 2 DUIs. And 3 years ago they took my license. I don't drive, but these boots can get me there, 'cause I live just down the street. And it's a last call, it's too far to crawl. Now help me to my feet. I'm talking about the good times and drinking down the bad. I'm trying to remember all those crazy nights that we had, but now I'm empty. But I'm not sad. I'm talking about the good times and drinking down the bad. I'm just talking about the good times and drinking down the bad. Well, I'm talking about the good times. She picked up the telephone, all she heard was dial tone. She really thought she heard it ring this time. She said, what am I thinking? I must be only dreaming. Or maybe it's 100 times it crossed my mind. Just tonight, she said, maybe I miss your loving. She said, maybe I miss your kiss just a little bit. Or maybe I miss your body lying right next to mine. Maybe I miss your touch a little too much. Tossing and turning, her skin still burning from the fire in his hands. Running on empty, she needs somebody, but somebody wouldn't understand. And the telephone rings, maybe I miss your loving. Maybe I miss your kiss just a little bit. Maybe I miss your body lying right next to mine. Maybe I miss your touch a little too much. Talked about Savannah, sweet home Alabama, and how I miss the way she always smiled. Are you coming back soon by the harvest moon? If I have to walk every mile on my knees, maybe I miss your loving. Maybe I miss your kiss just a little bit. Maybe I miss your body lying right next to mine. Maybe I miss your touch a little too much. Now maybe I miss your loving. Maybe I miss your lips just a little bit. Maybe I miss your body lying right next to mine. Maybe I miss your touch little too much. A little too much. A little too much.
Usually a drink will do the trick. Take the edge off quick, sitting in the dark with a shared cigarette. Seeing eye to eye and heart to heart. But maybe I'm just getting old. Used to work, but now it don't. A long gone drive. You know the kind where you take a turn and you don't know why. But it clears your mind, a surefire cure. I need something stronger that'll last a little longer. I could use a love song that takes me back just like that when it comes on to a time when I wouldn't roll my eyes at a guy and a girl who make it work in a world that for me so far just seems to go so wrong. Yeah, I could use a love song. I wish I didn't know so much. I peeked behind the curtain now. That magic rush feels like a trick that isn't working, but I haven't lost all hope yet. Yeah, it's hurting, but it ain't dead. I could use a love song that takes me back just like that when it comes on to a time when I wouldn't roll my eyes at a guy and a girl who make it work in a world that for me so far just seems to go so wrong. Yeah, I could use a love song. Give me a sign or a rhyme or a reason, just something that I can believe in. I could use a love song that takes me back just like that when it comes on to a time when I wouldn't roll my eyes at a guy and a girl who make it work in a world that for me so far just seems to go so wrong. Yeah, I could use a love song.
So you're standing in the middle of the thunder and lightning. I know you're feeling like you just can't win, but you're trying.
Okay, here we go again, guys. Third try.
You're being pushed around.
Let's check them out first.
Don't even know which way is up.
Yeah, okay, this is doable.
Down, round, down. Every